Hey guys, it's Meg. I am here this week with a new video for you. This is going to be our tarot reading for the week, so if you're interested in finding out more, yeah, come on in, tuck in, let's get a snack and a comforting beverage, and I'll get to the cards in a minute. Just a few quick housekeeping things. If you like what you see in the video, please go ahead and hit the like, subscribe, and the bell button so you can stay in the loop for when I post new work. I am also going to be including links to the decks I use for this reading, but also links to my website and my social media will be in the description as well. So, it's gonna be a little bit quicker because I am not in my regular filming location, as you probably can see, but I am also not operating under the normal number of decks I will typically use for reading like this. So yeah, it's gonna be a shorter reading. But we're gonna start with the Beautiful Creatures Tarot by Rivera. We're gonna start with a baseline reading and see how we can do. So the first card that I'm going to pull out is, okay, so we have the Nine of Swords in reverse. So there has been some anxiety and some nervousness in your space that is now lightening up. It's moving away. The energy is starting to feel a little less heavy, and it's starting to feel maybe like you're coming back to normal. I don't know what that might mean for you, but it's certainly there, and I like to see it. So yeah, things are changing, if nothing else. I don't necessarily want to put a positive spin on it, especially if it doesn't turn out that way, but I don't want to put a negative spin on it either, just because we like to stay optimistic. We'll see how this goes. We have the Nine of Swords in reverse, okay? We also have, okay, we have the Sun. There is some clarity coming into this, and I really like to see this too, because again, yeah, there's some clarity coming into your situation. There's some things that have, again, things have changed, things are lightening up, and now that the clouds are clearing, you're starting to see things maybe about a situation that, you know, you've been missing because you've been in the dark about some things, and now things are moving on. Okay, things are moving on. Okay, the clouds are drifting off. I like that image. I love that image of just this beautiful blue sky and the clouds are just rolling along through it. Yeah, you're able to see that now. You're able to see that now because this anxiety is going away, okay? You also have the Two of Swords. So yes, let's acknowledge the confusion. There's still choices to make, okay? But you remember that you have the Sun. So you have a lot of clarity, a lot of light about a situation. You know that there's still things you need to decide on. Okay, Two of Swords. All right. The hidden energy, we have the Empress. Maybe, you know, these decisions you need to make are going to require some creativity and some creativity, some creative thinking to get around. Maybe not get around, but come to understand. Because remember, you still have the choices, and you've come to the clarity that okay, I've gotten to this point, now where do I go next? Okay, because this is on the aftermath of some anxieties and some stresses that are now moving out of your space. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. So his choices are potentially going to require some creative solutions to come to. Okay. But you also have the King of Pentacles. So I think one thing you have at your disposal is a sense of rootedness and a sense of groundedness. You don't have to you don't have to necessarily work. Okay. So you have the Empress. I'm getting rootedness, and I'm getting rootedness. I'm getting a very earthy energy in this King of Pentacles. You're grounded again, and you're grounded again after this probably has made you feel pulled off your feet. Okay, and it's interesting I say that because the swords. Let me write this for a minute here. Excuse me. The Suit of Swords has to do with air, and it has to do with a lot of your mental pursuits. So upright, this would mean that there's a lot of stress, a lot of nerves in your space. But reversed, I always read it that is going away. Now at this point, you have the opportunity to get rooted again after all of this. And in that rootedness, you gained a lot of light, a lot of clarity. You understand that there are still choices to be made, even though you've gotten past some of that anxiety. Maybe the anxiety you experienced was because of these choices, okay? But you have a creative approach, and you know what that's going to take to enact those creative approaches. And you're also rooted in that. You also know exactly what you want to do and how you want to do it. Also, interesting fact, after all of whatever this stress is going through, this character has a mask. She's not actually holding it up to her eyes. She's taken that mask off, okay? And the illusions around this character are finally broken because this sword card is upside down and reversed. The illusion's broken, and now that you can move that out of your space, you're starting to see your self-worth. You're starting to see your self-worth. I feel compelled to say that you've been behind a veil of self-doubt and self-deprecation. You don't need to do that anymore. You're good. You're fine. Let it go. You don't need to do that anymore. Okay? So yeah, King of Pentacles, you know who you are, you know what you're about, you're rooted, you're clear on what you need to do, you're clear on the choices you need to make, okay? So, there is the King of Pentacles, okay? That was the Beautiful Creatures Tarot to start off with. We are going to go into the Crystal Power Tarot by Jayne Wallace. I want to get some clarifying energies and some hidden energies for each of the cards to see maybe why we're feeling some of the things we're feeling, what we're seeing out of each of the cards. I may shuffle. I don't know. Let's just go with it. So we're gonna start by clarifying the Nine of Swords in reverse. I do want to see the hidden and clarifying energies. So, whoops, okay. Okay, cool. So we have, interestingly enough, we have the Queen of Swords. This is someone who is very smart and very observant, but they are also very, I think it's fair to say that they're very much in their own head. And they're probably quick to react. I'm getting to that. I don't know if you can see. I can see it partly because I know where to look, but this character is holding a sword upright in her hands. This character is ready to attack. So I feel compelled to say that, like, if you're resonating with this, there are things that you have experienced that have made it so that you feel you've had to do that. You've had bad experiences with people, and we all have that at some point in our lives, and you know, it's never fun. I'm sorry that has happened to you. But there's a sense of reactivity, and I'm feeling that particularly strongly because you've had experiences, like if this card were upright, you've had experiences that have caused you to feel nervous, have caused you to feel uncomfortable, okay? Again, remember that this came out in reverse, so illusions about yourself or other people have been broken, and that stress, fear, anxiety, all of that is moving out of your space. Okay, so just hang in there with that. The Nine of Swords is moving on. Okay, so yeah, the Queen of Swords, and even the byline, it says, I protect what matters to me. There's a lot of important things in your space that you really feel passionately about, okay, and you're willing to go the extra mile for that, which is good. You know, I think that's very good, but you also have to remember that desire may be the thing that's causing you anxiety, okay? I need to protect this. I need to slow down, okay? Nine of Swords, remember this is slowing down, okay? Maybe this is slowing down. So that's the hidden energy. There's the Queen of Swords, okay? We also have the Page of Wands, okay? Yeah, Page of Wands. I think, interestingly enough, you're resisting whatever this good news is. I'm getting the tagline on that is, I am always open to good news. I'm hearing the phrase, don't kill the messenger. Okay, remember, look at this, don't kill the messenger. Here we have someone who has a lot of bright, fiery, passionate, warm, kind energy. And, you know, this, just based on the color theory here, but also this character is holding a candle. That's how I'm getting to the bright, cheery energy, okay? There's a lot of, there's energy here, but because I always equate the pages to like the advanced beginners of the suit, so they're not ace energy. They've learned some things along the way, and now they're applying that energy. But because we're dealing with the Queen of Swords energy as the hidden energy here, I feel like this situation with the Nine of Swords has the potential to burn very hot, okay? You're probably feeling some kind of way about whatever this broken illusion, is, okay? And, you know, don't deny yourself the right to feel those things, but remember that you are responsible for whatever behavior happens after this. So, again, yeah, don't kill the messenger. You might have information coming in that you may need to know in order to move forward, okay? So there is the Page of Wands, okay? Getting into the Sun energy, I'm going to cut the deck here and see what we have. Okay, we have the Eight of Pentacles. So the clarity aspect that we're coming into, the light aspect, is probably that we're going to have to work diligently to incorporate whatever messages are coming out of the Swords and the Page of Wands. Okay, this could be starting new work altogether, but it's the kind of work that I feel you could lose yourself in very easily, and that's really cool. I'm excited for that. So, and even the tagline for that card is, I dedicate myself to what I believe in. So, it is, I think it's interesting that, we have both air and fire right away. We also have a solar deity here. We have the sun. There's a lot of fire and a lot of potential for that fire to burn hot, okay? I say it like that because in this case, even though this is earth energy, I want you to pay attention to the fact that these are discs. Yes, this is rooted energy, but it has the potential to be long-lasting. Whatever this belief, whatever this work you want to do, you are really strong in that belief. You are really devoted to this work. And you are clear about that fact. You are clear that you are going to do this. Come hell or high water, you're clear about making this happen. Okay? Yeah, you're clear about making this happen because you believe in it that much. Okay? Let's see some hidden energy. And you have the power to do it. You have the Chariot coming out. You have the power to drive the car. And you have the power to make forward progress. So even if you don't believe in it at all, come on. You still have the power to drive the car. What I meant by even if you don't believe in it, even if you don't believe you have what it takes. Right now I'm feeling quite insecure about a lot of things in my life right now, and it's all my brain. It's all my anxiety brain. Sometimes the reminder that you drive the car needs to be seen. Okay? You need to be seen because deep down underneath all that insecurity, you have something you firmly and profoundly believe in. Okay? Car's yours to drive. You have the keys. You have the reins. Go forward. Go forward. Okay? Go forward. Let's move on. We have the Two of Swords. Let's see what we can do with that. So Two of Swords, hidden energy. We have the Hermit. Okay? I think part of the choice that you're facing right now is whether to listen to the chatter or whether you listen to your heart. And, you know, I don't think there's a wrong path for you if you listen to your heart. I think there are certain restrictions in the space that need to be kept in mind, especially if you are it depends on the situation. I think in this case, especially if this is a thing that you are firm and you are clear on, don't listen to the chatter. You know, don't listen to the chatter. What's being said, what's being rambled off in your ear might be from people who really do mean well, but they don't know your heart. They don't know your path. That lantern is not theirs to carry. You have that lantern to carry for a reason. That's your light. Okay? And remember that we have a lot of fire. We have a lot of ability for this to grow. Okay? Why would you not want to follow your own path? I'm making it sound easy. Okay, and it's not. This is coming from someone who has had a lot of trouble with self-comparison. You know, I'd compare myself to Joe Schmo over here who has a different life from me. What about the life I'm living here? What about the life I'm creating for myself right here? This is good. This is perfect. Why would I compare myself, again, to Joe Schmo over here? Likewise, you're creating a life that you are firm and clear on. This is what I want. This is what I'm going to do. It's chatter. The people trying to hold you back and bring you down, that's chatter. And sure, you have a choice. You have the choice whether to give up and move on, or stay the course. There's a 50% chance that this could be, well, of course it's going to be something else. I'm going to pull another card. But you have the light of your own truth. Okay, it might be dim right now, but you have the opportunity to tap in, to take some time out and reflect, and to recharge that. And you will see that burn so beautifully bright. Okay? So, there is the Hermit. Okay? And even the tagline on that, I don't know if you can read that, but it says, I follow my own path. Perfect, right? Okay. There's the Hermit. Following up, there's the Nine of Swords again. This may cause some anxiety. It's I get it. You know, I get it. To give a little bit of a personal story, when I first started my website and my tarot reading business, I thought I was completely alone. I thought I was going to have to support my own business. There's certainly that's certainly the intention, but there was a lot of anxiety about what are people going to say? What are people going to think? I come from a Christian background, so of course there's a history to that. Maybe not such a good history, but a history nonetheless. So what are people outside of me going to say about this choice? Okay, that caused a lot of anxiety. Maybe this choice, let me get the whole thing up here. So you have the choices. Here's a Hermit, choice to follow your own path. That's a lot. It could be a lot. Some people, it could be a no-brainer. I feel like saying you don't have to lose sleep over this decision, but maybe you have an anxiety brain like I do, and you do over it. You know, we're gonna clarify even further with another deck here, but choosing to follow your own path may bring up a lot of anxiety and a lot of stress, and that's okay. Okay, it is okay. Acknowledge it. Know that it's there, because there is a way to deal with it. Okay? There is a way to deal with it. Okay? Now, I say it like that perfect segue into the Empress because we're talking about creative solutions here. We have the choice to follow our own path. It's causing some anxiety. So how do we handle it? What creative ways can we employ to handle our stress, handle our nerves? Let's see. I'm gonna actually shuffle a little bit here. Okay. Let's see our hidden energy. You know what though? Let one pop off. Okay, we have the Knight of Wands. I'm gonna read you the I'm gonna read you the tagline on that. I make decisions without pressure. So once again, we're back to feeling some kind of way. We're back to the fire. We're back to the passion. Okay. Interestingly enough, we're talking about decisions. So we have it. We have the fire. Yeah, again, acknowledge the anxiety, but know that the fire inside of you to make the life you want to live is bright and it is passionate. You have to let it shine, okay? And you have the opportunity to do so because things are moving out. You know, old anxieties, old stresses are leaving. It could be that, you know, this new phase may bring some new fears into you, and that's, again, acknowledge it. Don't deny yourself the right to feel afraid. Because you have things at your disposal that are actually helping you, including creative solutions, including coming up with creative solutions, okay? So you have the power to effortlessly make decisions, okay? What else? And you have the opportunity to. It's there. It is absolutely there. And yeah, it's there. Ace of Swords. You have, yeah, it's there. It's there. I don't know how else to finish that off. If you want to share interpretations with me, please go ahead and leave them in the comments. I'm grateful for any feedback. Let's get into the last card we're clarifying right now. We have the King of Pentacles. So remember that this is our self-worth. This is our ability to get rooted again. Ooh, I'm gonna sneeze right now. My nose started tickling. So I'm gonna take that as confirmation that I'm kind of on the right track. Anything else? Ow. I think I slept funny on my shoulder. Again, back to the sneezing, confirmation that I'm on the right track. Let's see. Yeah, oh, okay. So we're clarifying energy. We have the Page of Pentacles. I'm open for opportunities to grow. Yes. We may be in a spot where we've chosen to get rooted, get clear about what we want. Plant the seeds, drive the car, make progress on our goals. We're here. We're open to growing. That is perfect. That is absolutely amazing because we need the opportunity. The opportunity is there to work on this. Okay? Okay? So, yeah. Page of Pentacles. Okay? We also have the Three of Cups. So there'll be a chance to potentially build something worth celebrating. I think even if what you're making turns out to be a dud, there's still a chance to celebrate that learning process. That yeah, celebrate the learning process. Celebrate what you are putting in. Celebrate your efforts. I think we got there. Celebrate your efforts. You know, you put so much of yourself into whatever this is you are growing, whatever this is you are building. Okay, you've had to make some tough decisions, but this is important to you. This is genuinely important to you, okay? And you need to give yourself the chance to grow. You need to give yourself a moment to really live in the moment of creation here, because it's helping you grow as a person, okay? It's helping you understand your authority and your power and the fact that you made that clarity happen for yourself, okay? I'm getting there because the King of Pentacles. I'm getting there because you have the Empress, you have the Chariot, you have a lot of things in your space that are letting you know you have what it takes. Follow that light. Follow your hermit. Follow this. This is what is guiding you. Okay? Because it's bringing you opportunities. It's bringing you opportunities to learn and to grow. And even if it falls on its ass, there's still a chance to celebrate the process. Okay? Okay. So that's we're gonna move on. I'm not sure what to say to that other than let's get a water break real quick. Okay, water break aside, let's move into the Mystic Mondays Tarot. We're gonna get a read on you, and I want to see, how you're doing right now. I feel like we had some heavy messages coming out in the first two decks, and I want to see how you guys are doing. I know maybe I came off a bit heavy-handed, and yeah, maybe I came off a bit heavy-handed. Let's see how it can help you. Whatever messages you need for your own personal reading here. Okay. Again, we got the Three of Cups. So celebration. Celebration. The job has been done well so far. And yeah, take a minute to celebrate that. Okay. We also have the Eight of Cups. So the Eight of Cups, I will always say with this one that there's a chance to leave disappointments and hurts behind, and at this point it is quite heavily recommended that you do so, because what I'm being shown is that there's a new field in your space for you to water. I've heard somewhere, and I used to say this, that grass is greener on the other side. I don't hold with that anymore, because the grass is greener where you water it. It may be time to assess the field you're in and try and figure out if that field you're trying to water is the one you need to be watering, if that metaphor makes sense. But the call to action is to leave the disappointments behind, okay? Because remember, you got the Nine of Swords one time in reverse, but let's go with the reverse Nine of Swords for this. Anxieties are moving on. You know, you're making space for new things to come in, and that could mean new anxieties. But the stuff that you're leaving behind, leave it behind, okay? Because it isn't serving you anymore. It isn't serving you anymore, and it's a chance to, you have the chance to celebrate the forward progress. Don't dwell on the past. What good's it doing you? Okay? So there's the Eight of Cups. Okay? don't dwell on the past. Definitely don't dwell on the conflicts, because those aren't serving you either. Okay? It's not. These are hurting you. Five of Swords, maybe you've had a hand in, maybe you've had a hand in creating the conflict and the drama, and maybe you've gotten your point across. Maybe you've won the fight and the argument. But was it worth that? Was it worth it? This conflict, these disappointments, these dramas, what good are they doing you? They're not. It's just you have this bitter disappointment in your mouth. You have the taste of that in your mouth. Your field isn't growing in that. You can't water a field with defeat. You can't water a field with bitterness and disappointment. Things in your space can't grow in salted soil. I hope that metaphor makes sense. But this pain, this nastiness that you're in your space right now, let it go. Just let it go. Easier said than done, admittedly. But you have the opportunity to celebrate forward progress. Okay? And you have that twice. Okay? Three of Cups. You have it twice. And you can't do anything of what those are asking if you're holding on to these. Okay? So, let's see what else. Maybe some final messages we can close out on. Loose for this main reading. I'm going to close it out there by taking hidden and clarifying energies. I'm going to pull some extra cards. Let's do a bonus reading here because I'm feeling compelled to. Okay, we have the Six of Swords. Transition. Moving on. Forward progress. Forward progress. I do love to see it. I love to see it because you're leaving behind all of these. Whatever nastiness, whatever bitterness, whatever hurt you experienced in the past is getting left behind. And you're making your way for a different shore. I love to see it. Okay? I'm getting fired up. Okay. All right, here we go. I love to see the transition. It's time. It's time, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it's time. It's definitely time. Let's see how this goes. The Six of Swords. Okay, that's the hidden energy. The Four of Swords. Baby, rest. Take it easy for a little bit. You've earned it. Give yourself a fucking break. You've earned the right to celebrate the disappointments and the pain and the hurt and the anger that you've done to yourself. Maybe you've caused it in others, in which case, take a little bit of responsibility. Okay? It's moving on. These things are moving on. Stop being hard on yourself. Give yourself a break. Give yourself a chance to really enjoy the good and beautiful and prosperous things that you've made for yourself. Okay? This is the result. It's part of the result of your hard work. Okay? Cool. I feel like I haven't gotten worked up in a reading like that. I hope things have made sense. Altogether, you're clear about who you are. You're clear about what you want. You're clear about the things that you want to achieve in your life, and you've done the work to make things happen. Letting go of the disappointments and the anxiety and the defeats is definitely going to help you help you understand where you can take the time for yourself too. Okay? Again, hoping that makes sense, because now I feel like I'm rambling. But we're gonna do a quick little bonus reading, and then I'm going to close out. Yeah, I'm gonna close things out for good here. So from the Beautiful Creatures deck, we have the World in Reverse. There's some things that you still need to do, okay? There's a cycle, you're coming into a new cycle, okay? There's some things that you're working on in this time, in this cycle, that have, that are helping you understand what you need to move forward. I'm going to tie it in with the first reading. There's still some work to do. Even though, you know, we got the Four of Swords from the Mystic Mondays Tarot. Again, still some work. It's all good. You're doing fine. Just remember that you still, you're doing fine. Don't be afraid to reach out and ask for help if you need it. Take a chance, again, confirming the message we got earlier, take a chance to celebrate. Okay, you have the foundation you need to do all of this in there. Okay. All right, let's do that. We also have the Three of Wands as well. So don't, even if things feel like they get stopped up a little bit, it's okay to still plan for the next steps. At least try and plan as best as you can for the next steps. Okay? Because you know, things will pick up. Things always do. Remember that you can pause a little bit. You have the foundation here. There is still work that needs to be done. Okay? There is still work that needs to be done. Whatever project you're currently doing right now is still in the working stages. So if you feel the need to be slack, don't be slack. Keep going. Okay? So that is about it for this video, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for bearing with me. I feel like I haven't done this in a while. Possibly because my setting is a little bit different. It's very different. I'm not currently at home right now, but I'm doing okay, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Again, if you want to see more from me or get in touch with me outside of YouTube, yeah, get in touch, and I will see you very, very soon. Mwah. Love you lots, everybody. Stay safe.